Do you ever feel like you're struggling to make ends meet, or that you're spending more than you can afford? If so, you're not alone. Today, we're excited to bring you a topic that has been a key component of the financial success of one of the world's most respected investors, Charlie Munger. As the vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway and a man worth billions, Munger has had a long and successful career in the business world. And one thing that has always been central to his financial strategy is his ability to live below his means. In this video, we'll be exploring some of Munger's wisdom on this topic and sharing some simple steps that you can take to lower your cost of living and live below your means. So, if you're ready to take control of your finances and live a more financially stable life, let's get into it. Step number 1. Have a budget. One of the key strategies that Charlie Munger has used to lower his cost of living and increase his wealth is having a budget. In interviews and public appearances, Munger has emphasized the importance of knowing what costs you money and how much you spend on various expenses. By being aware of your spending habits, you can identify areas where you can cut back and save money. For example, if you find that you're spending a lot of money on groceries, you might consider planning your meals in advance and thoroughly checking your pantry before you go shopping. This can help you avoid impulse purchases and save money on groceries. Another way to cut unnecessary expenses is by canceling subscriptions that you no longer use or that don't bring you value to your life. This could include streaming services, gym memberships, or magazines. For example, if you have a Netflix account but rarely use it, you might consider canceling it to save money. Or, if you have a gym membership but don't go to the gym regularly, you might consider canceling it or switching to a home workout app. By being mindful of what you spend money on and actively seeking out ways to save, you can create a budget that works for you and help lower your cost of living. It's also important to stick to your budget once you have created it. This can help you stay on track with your spending and avoid overspending or incurring debt. One way to do this is by setting financial goals for yourself and tracking your progress. For example, you might set a goal to save a certain amount of money each month or to pay off a specific debt. By setting these goals and tracking your progress, you can stay motivated and focus on your financial goals. Additionally, you might consider using a budgeting app or a tool to help you manage your finances and stay on track with your budget. Step number 2. Avoid debt. One of Charlie Munger's key pieces of advice for lowering your cost of living and increasing your wealth is to avoid debt whenever possible. Debt can be a major drain on your financial resources and can make it difficult to save money and achieve financial stability. In interviews and public appearances, Munger has emphasized the dangers of debt and the importance of avoiding it. One way to avoid debt is to be mindful of your credit card use. Munger suggests only using credit cards for purchases that you can afford with cash, and avoid using them for unnecessary expenses or impulse purchases. By paying off your credit card balance in full each month, you can avoid incurring interest charges and save money in the long run. Another tip from Munger is to limit the number of credit cards that you carry. Having multiple credit cards can lead to multiple payments and instances of interest, which can be a burden on your finances. If you can't handle using credit cards responsibly, it might be best to avoid them altogether. If you have already incurred debt, Munger has offered some strategies for escaping it. One way to do this is by freezing your spending and focusing on necessities rather than desires. This means only spending money on what is absolutely necessary, such as food, housing, and medical expenses, and cutting back on non-essential expenses. By limiting your spending, you can free up more money to put towards paying off your debts. Another strategy is to prioritize paying off high-interest debts first. Step 3. Have an emergency fund. An emergency fund is a savings cushion that you can tap into in case of unexpected expenses or emergencies. It can help protect you financially and reduce the need to incur debt or rely on credit cards to pay for unexpected costs. Munger has emphasized the importance of having an emergency fund in order to lower your cost of living and increase your financial stability. He has pointed out that unexpected expenses and emergencies can arise at any time, and having a savings cushion can help you avoid the financial stress and burden of paying for these costs. To build an emergency fund, Munger has suggested setting aside a small amount of money from each paycheck and cutting unnecessary expenses. For example, if you can save $50 per month, you can build a fund of $600 in just 1 year. Of course, the more you can save each month, the faster your emergency fund will grow. By creating a budget and identifying areas where you can save money, you can gradually build up your emergency fund over time. Munger has also encouraged people to prioritize building an emergency fund as a way to protect themselves financially. He has pointed out that having an emergency fund can give you peace of mind and financial security, and can help you feel more confident and prepared for whatever life throws your way. By building an emergency fund, you can lower your cost of living and increase your financial stability, just like Charlie Munger. Step 4. Live below your means. Living below your means spending less money than you earn. Rather than spending all of your income or even more, this can help you build financial stability and increase your wealth over time. Munger has pointed out that one of the main dangers of overspending is that it can lead to debt. When you overspend, you may be tempted to use credit cards or take out loans to cover the extra costs, which can leave you with high levels of debt and interest payments. By living below your means, you can avoid this trap and build financial security for yourself. To live below your means, Munger has suggested a number of strategies. One of these is to focus on cutting unnecessary expenses. This could include canceling subscriptions that you don't use or need, cooking at home instead of eating out, and avoiding unnecessary purchases. By being mindful of your spending and focusing on your financial priorities, you can reduce your overall expenses and live on less money. Another way to live below your means is to adopt a frugal mindset. This means focusing on what's truly important to you and being willing to cut back on non-essential expenses. This could include things like cutting back on entertainment costs, buying used items instead of new, and looking for ways to save money on necessary expenses like groceries. By being frugal and mindful of your spending, you can reduce your cost of living and increase your financial stability. Step 5. Invest wisely. Investing is the process of using your money to buy assets that have the potential to grow in value over time. This could include stocks, bonds, real estate, or other types of assets. There are several benefits to investing. One of the main benefits is the potential for your money to grow over time. When you invest, you are taking a risk with your money, but if the investment performs well, you can see significant returns on your investment. This can help you increase your wealth and reduce the cost of living by providing additional income or resources. Investing in various assets can also help protect your wealth in the event that one particular investment performs poorly. Diversifying your portfolio can help reduce the overall risk of investing and increase your chances of long-term success. Munger has offered a number of tips for choosing investments wisely. One of these is to do your research. Before investing any asset, it is important to understand how it works and what the risks and potential rewards are. This can help you make more informed decisions and increase your chances of success. Another strategy is to start investing as early as possible. The earlier you start investing, the more time you have for your money to grow through compound interest. Compound interest is the process of earning interest on your initial investment, as well as on any investment that you have already earned. This means that the longer you invest, the more your money can grow, making it an important factor in building wealth over time. Munger also encourages people to be patient when it comes to investing. It's important to remember that investing is a long-term process, and it may take time for your investments to grow by being patient and focusing on the long term. You can avoid making impulse decisions based on short-term market fluctuations and increase your chances of success. If you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and watch this one as well.